Hey, Tracy, I heard you got engaged. Congratulations.
Thanks, Connie. We have to meet up and celebrate sometime.
I know, right? Sorry I couldn't make it to your announcement dinner. You went to the trouble of inviting all of our family and Nate's family too. I should have known there was a reason.
No, don't worry about it. I knew it'd be impossible for everyone to make it. I would have loved for you to meet Nate, but I guess it'll have to be another time.
Yeah, I really want to meet him already too. It seems like we have so much in common. I'm glad to get another gym rat in our family.
Yeah, I can't believe how often you guys seem to be texting. I never would have imagined you to get along this well, even before meeting in person.
I guess it's just destiny. And from what I hear, Mom and Dad have really taken a liking to him, huh?
Yeah, that's right. He was really nervous because he wanted to work for Dad's company pretty badly, and seems like he'll be able to. Dad hasn't officially offered him a position, but he made it pretty clear he intends to.
That's really great. It seems like you chose the perfect guy to fit into our family.
Yeah, it really seems so.
This is really great for Dad too. He wanted to keep the business in the family, and he was pretty disappointed when I told him I wanted to do my own thing. This way, everyone wins. He's been talking about training up Nate to take over, right?
Yeah, he has. If Nate shows potential, that is. But Nate's really excited about that. He's already handed in notice at his current job. He said he wants to spend his time going back to school for business management. He said he feels bad enough getting a management business just for marrying the CEO's daughter. So he's really eager to hit the ground running and show everyone he deserves the job.
He really seems like a great guy, huh? You sure did hit the jackpot.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. But he did too, right? I'm a pretty big catch myself, don't you think?
Well, yes, of course you are. As much as it pains me to say it. It's no wonder you found someone before me, even though I'm like 3 years older.
Don't be a jerk. You're quite the catch too. You'll find someone in no time. I know you hate me apologizing, but I really am sorry about you know what. And I'm not lying when I say I think you're beautiful, inside and out. You're an amazing guy, an amazing brother, and I really do believe that. Any girl would be lucky to have you.
You're right, I do hate you apologizing. It's literally not your fault at all, and I've been over it for years. It doesn't bother me at all, to be honest. And I am not just saying that.
I know. It's just with me finding someone and getting married first, I was worried you'd be feeling insecure. Anyway, I'm glad that's not the case. Although I should have known, you'd never been the insecure type.
Exactly. It sounds like all this proposal stuff has messed with your head. I'm completely fine. Anyway, congrats, and let's hang out soon.
Yeah, defo.
Hey, Connie, how's it going? I've been thinking about you a lot. What with Tracy and your parents talking about the wedding all the time. Everyone's getting so excited, including me, of course. How about you? Are you ready for it? We're finally gonna be actual brothers. I don't have any siblings of my own, so I'm getting pretty hyped up to get a new one along with my new wife. Yes, we are. I've been doing alright, just busy with work as usual. I've been thinking of getting out to a few meetups here and there just to socialize more. You can count me in as one of the people that's getting excited for the wedding too. I can't believe it's finally happening. I really never thought the day would come. How have you been? It's gotta be stressful trying to organize everything by just the two of you. I know my mom's probably been hounding you every day trying to see what's going on. Don't think badly of her, she's just trying to help. Is all the marriage prep going well? You told me the guest list is gonna be pretty long, so I'm kind of worried about you guys spending a ton of money on catering. I'm anxious to know where the venue's gonna be too. I asked Tracy, but she never gives me a straight answer. She always beats around the bush and comes up with random stuff just to avoid the topic. Guess she really wants to keep the big day's events a secret. I'm super curious though. Everything's going good. Great, even. Yeah, my future mother-in-law is calling me every single day trying to get me to spill the beans, but my lips are sealed. Tracy said she wants everything to be a surprise. It'll be the best wedding anyone's ever been to, I promise. We booked the venue. I'm in the middle of making the guest lists right now too. Tracy's been adding people left and right and it's really bothersome. She knows we can't invite everyone under the sun. I'm happy to have as many people as possible, but even my wallet has an end to it. Makes me feel good to know that at least I'm invited. Although it kind of sucks that my little sister is getting married before me. My parents and I had always envisioned me getting married way before her, since I'm considered the mature one between the two of us. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to start looking for a wife 5 years ago. All I did back then was work. Now I'm starting to get kind of desperate for one. I do want kids, you know? And I want to be young enough to play baseball with my future son or daughter. You've definitely got the edge over me, Nate. I'm happy for you, but I am a little jealous of your success. You seem like you have everything. Oh, come on, what are you talking about? I don't have anything over you. I'm just trying my best as it is. Tracy told me you're only 31 to boot. You're talking like you're in your 50s. Calm down and get out there. I'm sure women will flock to you. You're a cool guy. You probably won't even have to date for very long before they're all head over heels for you. You've got plenty of time. Don't rush. The world is your oyster. Don't remind me that I'm almost past 30. It's so weird to think about how pro athletes are already retired by the time they're my age. Are you trying to become a pro athlete? No, but that's not the point. I mean, it just makes me feel old. This is what I get for working so much. I really don't know how to do anything but work at this point. Now look, I'm running out of my youth. My bench press hasn't gone up for weeks now. Yeah, no matter how much you work, it doesn't matter in the long run. What's important is fun memories. Those are the things that you'll remember in the end. Hey, you're one to talk. I heard from Tracy how hard you're working to get ready for working in our dad's company. Yeah, that's true. I just mean you gotta think about work-life balance, you know? I plan on spending as much time as I can with Tracy, while still being useful to your dad's company, of course. I would never have met Tracy if I didn't go out for drinks after work once in a while, you know? That's true. I'm actually kind of jealous. Must be nice having a fiancé. I might try speed dating at this point. That's how bad it's getting. My friends have all gotten married at this point, and they've been asking me where my supposed girlfriend is. Gotta jump on that. I'm also jealous of all my male coworkers. They all have pretty hardworking wives and girlfriends, not to mention kids. It's like they've all gotten further in life than I'll ever get. I know it's not impossible for me, but it's hard hearing them talk about their home lives all the time. Keep your head up. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everyone's lives move at their own pace. By the way, bro, can we hang out next week? Are you free on a weekday? I'll listen to all your woes then. I really want to meet you in person. If we're gonna be family, we have to at least know what we both look like, don't you think? Let's get something to eat. Can be lunch, dinner, drinks, anything. I just want to hang out. It doesn't have to be a big special occasion or anything. We could even go to the gym sometime. Just us boys, no Tracy or any girls allowed. Sound fun? You know, I always forget that we've never actually met in person. We barely even know what each other looks like. I live by myself, so it's harder for us to meet. You visit Tracy at my parents' house, so you've basically met most of our family already. I'm sort of like an afterthought. I'd be glad to finally meet you, though. Tracy's shown me photos of you before. You're really good looking, if you don't mind me saying. And you're jacked. You have to share your routine with me sometime. Has she ever shown you pictures of me? I'd expect she'd want you to see me at some point. Then again, probably not though, right? I don't think that she has that many photos of me. I'm not super photogenic, so I don't really get photos taken of me that often. No, she's never shown me any. I've been asking her about it though. Since she mentioned you're a gym rat too, I bet you're even bigger than me, huh? If you look anything like your sister, I'm sure you're a pretty good-looking dude. She gave me your number so I could text you first. I guess she wanted me to get a feel for your personality before I see what you look like. I was a little confused, but I went with it since she insisted on it. And then we became friends as soon as you started texting me. We've got a lot in common. I bet she's worried I'll steal all your time away from her. Yeah, she must be. She sees me texting and she's always like, "Are you texting Connie again?" And I'm like, "You bet." So, are you free next week? It's okay if you're not. We can always hang out some other time. I'm always free. I just really want to meet you. I'm just thrilled at the thought of basically finally getting a big bro. I'm free most of the days during the week, in the afternoons. Is a cafe good? I've been wanting to try the one near my workplace for ages now. I'll text you the address. If you feel up to it afterwards, we could even hit the gym. Yeah, sounds good. I'll bring my gym stuff. Aw, thanks for today, Nate. I had a lot of fun and definitely want to do it again. Too bad you weren't up for hitting the gym. Let's go another time when you're feeling better. And one more thing. I might just be overthinking things, but you seemed to look a little down when we said goodbye. Are you okay? I didn't ask you about it in person because I wasn't sure if I was just misinterpreting your expression or not. But I thought about it and decided that I should ask you just in case, for my peace of mind. Did I say something wrong? I really hope I didn't make any offhand comments and hurt your feelings or anything like that. I tried my best to be friendly, even though it was a little awkward for our first time meeting. But sometimes I say things that come across wrong even when I don't mean them to, so if I did, please tell me. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood. Anyone would be after seeing something like that. How do I put this? I didn't expect it to be so ugly. Like, your face is weird. It's not normal. I was super shocked when you approached me. I was anticipating a guy who looked just like Tracy, so when you talked to me, I almost viscerally cringed in disgust. I should have left there and then, but you're lucky that I'm nice, so I stayed. Not normal? What is? My face? You were disgusted by my face? You don't look like Tracy at all. I can't believe you guys are siblings. You're a really ugly guy, while she's like drop-dead gorgeous. No, seriously, I would investigate your parents' records just in case you were actually adopted or something. Did you guys seriously come from the same parents? I doubt it. That's how different you look. In fact, it's mortifying to me that you want to get married with that face. You should really learn your place. You've got a different path in life laid out for you. Just follow it. It's not that bad. Don't make some poor girl wake up to that every morning. Are you actually saying these horrible things? Are you pulling a prank on me? This isn't funny or cute as a joke. I know we're about to become family, but there are still things that are and aren't okay to say to people. You're really hurting my feelings here. No, you're unbelievably ugly. That was pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. I'm not joking with you, I'm just telling you the facts. It's funny. It's one of those things that you just have to accept about yourself and laugh with other people about. One day you'll come home to laugh about it along with me, and you'll realize that I'm not in the wrong for doing this. I was just wondering why you weren't married before, but now it's a no-brainer. No one would marry someone with your face. I'm not even sure you'll be able to get a single date at this rate. But maybe there's someone out there who could tolerate you being around if you got rich or something. We're gonna be brothers, so I might as well be honest with you. I'm just telling you how I feel. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's better if we're completely honest with each other, if we're gonna be family. You should be grateful that I'm doing this. That I'm even talking to you in the first place. If you really want to get married against all odds, though, I suggest finding a marriage consultant. They've got to be good at their jobs if they decided to go down that path. Believe it or not, there are people out there with pretty weird tastes that are into faces like yours. I'm sure a consultant will be able to guide you to one of those people. I don't suggest trying to find a wife by yourself, though. That's probably way too hard. Don't worry, there are people out there that can help you. You know what, Nate? You were just as good looking in person as you were in your photos. But I think your personality and attitude are a little bit lacking in the niceness department. I'm not gonna stop talking to you since you're getting married to my sister, but I think I'm gonna have to set some boundaries with you about your words. You can't say things like this to me. To anyone, it's not right, and it's really hurtful. Oh no, you're lucky I didn't say this to your face earlier today. I was really on the verge of doing so, but I held it in and controlled myself. Yet another thing you should be grateful for. I didn't want to make you cry in public. Aren't I nice? I bet you would have ended up on the internet in a video captioned, "Look at this ugly freak bawling." I wouldn't have cried. I'm not crying right now. There's nothing to cry about other than how sad I am that your personality is like this, and that you have the gall to say things like this to another human being. Have you shown Tracy this side of you, by the way? Does she know how you judge people by how they look, and that you call everyone who isn't a supermodel ugly? I would bet she doesn't, since knowing her, she isn't the type of person to marry someone like you. Oh, she knows, alright. She knows how direct and honest I am. She likes that part of me. That's why she's marrying me. Think about it. Besides, I'm sure she's used to hearing about how pungent your face is. There's no way she doesn't hear about it from all the people she introduces you to. You yourself have probably heard it about 1,000,000 times too, right? You shouldn't be surprised at the things I'm saying at all. Okay, I see what's going on here. This is really unfortunate, Nate. I didn't think that you were like this. You don't know how much I was looking forward to getting to know you. What, did you expect me to pretend like you're not repulsive and compliment your face? You can't just boost up ugly people for fun. That isn't fair to anyone, especially not the person in question. I'm just being honest. Deal with it. Stop being such a whiner and accept reality already. Right, I get it. I'm looking forward to your wedding. I'll at least be able to be happy for my sister, even if I question her choices. Thanks. Me too. It is gonna be great. I'm gonna look so good, you couldn't even come close at your own wedding, if you even ever have one. No matter how muscular you get, you can't change your face. Get a good look while you can, you'll never see anything like it ever again. By the way, I'm planning to move in with Tracy at your parents' house, just so you know. I didn't want to shock you in person, so I didn't tell you right away. But try and stay away from me when you visit, especially when I'm eating. I don't want to start to projectile vomit. If you ever want to visit your folks, try and come over when I'm not home, okay? Hey bro, it's been a bit, how are you doing? Oh, hey, I didn't expect you to text me first. Did you just want to tell me about how the wedding stuff's going? Tracy already told me about the past week's events. Do you really talk to her that often? You should stop doing that. She's 26. It's about time she cuts the umbilical cord. It's weird that she's so attracted to her own brother. It's not like we talk every day or hang out all the time. We're family, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Then you've probably heard from her that we've sent out the invitations already. Have you gotten yours? You should have. Yes, I got one. It's well made and super pretty, just like she said it would be. I was honestly a little surprised you still sent me one even after everything you said to me. I guess it was a little relieving too. I'm glad I still get to celebrate your guys' wedding, even if I have my reservations about it. That's the thing about that. I don't actually want you to come. Oh, you don't? Is that because I'm ugly? Bingo! You got it. You may be ugly, but you sure are smart. It's gonna be hard for me to explain to Tracy why you aren't coming. I don't want her to know that I'm involved, even though I'm doing this for her and her friend's sake too. So just keep it a secret until the day before or so, and then cancel on her. You can say that you got the flu or something. I'll back you up so she'll believe you. Hang on. Why is my face supposed to prevent me from celebrating my own sister's wedding? I got you guys a gift and everything. I want to congratulate her. Something's wrong here. It doesn't make any sense for me to not come just because my face isn't to her husband's liking. Oh, well, we'll still take the gift and the money. You can just wire it to us after the reception. No big deal. You don't need to give anything to me in person. In fact, I'd prefer you didn't. I don't want to see that face all downtrodden because you couldn't go to your sister's wedding. This is all wrong, Nate. You aren't making any sense. I'm her family and we're close. I have a right to attend. I am gonna cancel the wedding if you come. You're gonna ruin it. I don't want an ugly guest on the big day. It all depends on you whether this day goes well or not. If you come, it is ruined. If you don't, it's a miracle. I'm sure you get it by this point, right? So play along. Don't you love your sister? You wouldn't want to be the reason why this whole wedding sinks, right? You're gonna cancel the entire wedding if I come? Yes. Tracy's coworkers and friends are also attending, by the way. So not just me and her, everyone else is gonna be embarrassed if you show up. All the money that we've spent on it will go to waste. Why? I don't understand. Why is it such a big deal if I come just because you don't like my face? A lot of our friends are coming, and they're all like really hot. My friends, and of course Tracy's too. I promised my bros that they'll get the chance to talk to a lot of hot chicks. But if you show up, it's just gonna ruin the whole mood. The whole vibe's gonna be thrown off. You know how girls are. They'll talk to you out of pity, and then they won't be in the mood to meet guys at all. I need them to be in the party mood, you know? Mingling and having fun. Once they see that face of yours, it'll completely ruin the vibe and be super awkward. They'll feel bad if they don't include you and then just feel depressed. I can't believe what you're saying to me. Your friends and hers can still mingle and have a good time even if Tracy has an ugly brother present, right? And anyway, why is your wedding being a fun mixer more important than your wife celebrating her special day with the people who love her? You still don't get it, do you? I don't think you realize just how hideous you are. Your presence will completely change the energy. I want this wedding to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, a party people will remember for the rest of their lives. For that to happen, there can't be any negative things or awkward distractions from the fun. It'll just make everyone act awkward. They're not gonna be flirting with a little goblin like you staring at them from the corner. You're being so horrible to me. I am not asking for anything unreasonable. I don't need to be sat with the young single people or anything. I just want to be there to celebrate with my sister. Is that really too much to ask? Yes, for the last time it is. You'll be ruining people's lives if you come, so it's unreasonable. Just think about it. Scenario 1, you don't come. Everyone's having a good time, hitting it off. One of my friends and one of Tracy's friends hit it off and start going out. And they always talk about the magical wedding, our wedding, where they met. And the story of that great night is passed on to their kids for generations to come. And scenario 2, you come along. There's this ugly little freak in the corner. Everyone's feeling sorry for you. Nobody can really relax and let go. The girls talk to you out of pity, and flirting with the hot guys is the last thing on their mind. Everyone is careful to not be rude to the ugly weirdo, and then everyone goes home. Now tell me, which of those scenarios do you think your sister would prefer? The magical night that's remembered for years to come? Or the awkward party where the only thing that anyone remembers is how ugly the hot bride's brother was? Okay, I get it already. I won't come. Oh, I'm glad it's finally gotten through to you. Don't take it personally. I've been really careful about who to invite. It all has to be the perfect storm to be the best party of anyone's lives. You're doing a lot of people a huge favor by staying home. I'm sure your sister will be grateful deep down too. Hey, excuse me? Connie, what is the big idea? Tracy told me something pretty bad today, and I think you need to take some responsibility for it. What? I canceled right before the wedding, just like you told me to. I didn't do anything wrong. Something came up, I can't attend the wedding. I'm really sorry, I'll send the gifts by mail. That was all I said, just as planned. All according to your plan, so what's the deal? You did it too early. You were supposed to do it right before the wedding. Look what you've done now. Now she's suspicious. She asked me if I knew what happened. You're gonna have to take responsibility if she finds out that I'm the reason why you won't come. I didn't tell her why I'm not attending. I didn't even think that was relevant. All I have to do is keep quiet, right? This should be good enough. I'll send you the money, all said and done. Now can you please just leave me alone? At least you remembered the money. The bare minimum is all you're capable of, apparently. See, you're just using me for money. I was really excited to get a new brother. I never would have imagined you'd be such a jerk. It's too bad you're like this. We were getting along so well before we met in person too. What happened? Is this how you really were the whole time? Money is the least you can give us. It's not like you have a wife or a girlfriend or someone to spend money on. I'm sure you have way more money than you know what to do with at this point. Make sure to send us some when our kids are born too. I mean, I'll celebrate with you when that happens, yeah, but that's not really something you plan for in advance. Wait, Tracy's texting me a lot. She sent me like 30 messages since a few minutes ago. She's saying that she found out that I told you not to come. She's mad. Why does she know about this? Oh no, she found out? That's terrible, I'm so sorry. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably found out since I'm at her house right now and she's looking over my shoulder as I talk to you. Hey? I'm right here. Didn't you consider how I'm feeling before you went around showing her your phone? There is no way you didn't do this on purpose. I can't believe you. You're horrible. I don't usually hide from my family, yeah. I'm not a good liar, and they're pretty good at figuring out when something's going on. Plus, I didn't ask her to look at my phone. She did this on her own. I don't have a reason to hide my texts, usually. I don't think I've ever written something I'm embarrassed of. She's still texting me. She's telling me to explain. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to her other than I did it for the sake of our wedding. Oh, look at this mess. I'm the one she's getting mad at. She should understand since you look like that. What is wrong with her? If only you had discussed with her beforehand about uninviting me, this all would have gone so much smoother. Sad. Isn't this your fault in the first place? You didn't consult her about this at all. I'd be happy if this all ended with me getting to go to the wedding, though. Then everyone but you would be happy. No, you are not coming. End of story. I'll say it again, but you are so ugly it hurts my eyes. I still can't believe that you have the guts to say something like that to your fiancé's brother. She's asking me to show her all of my texts with you. Can I? Of course you can't. How does that make any sense? I know what you're doing. You're trying to break us up. You're a sick freak. No woman would go near you with a face like yours, so you're sabotaging your sister's relationship to keep her close, aren't you? You are sick in the head. She is your sister. You need to accept that she's getting married and she's basically leaving your life. Okay, so I can tell that you're aware that you're the source of the problem, and you're just spouting nonsense to try and get your way. Did you think everything would just be fine and dandy as long as no one found out? Especially not her? Oh, shut up! I'm busy turning off all the notifications from her. Do something about this in the meantime. Calm her down! Hey, Connie! Are you at the house? You have to be. Good morning, Nate. How are you doing? I'm sure you've heard from Tracy, but I've been staying over here for a few days now. What's up? What's with the calls? Are your parents there? And Tracy? Yep, they're having their coffee right now. They're kind of in a bad mood. Coffee? We were supposed to get to the venue early to start getting ready. They need to be here. It's almost time for the wedding. Oh, you're already at the venue? Have you tried calling her? I've been texting and calling her, but she isn't picking up. Could you ask her to call me? My parents are here and they're getting really worried. I'm getting anxious. I can feel my blood pressure rising. So you just want me to tell her to talk to you? Please. She hasn't been talking to me much recently. I think there's been some kind of a misunderstanding. I need to clear the air with her. I don't think there's been any misunderstanding. As far as I can tell, she knows exactly what's going on. She just said so herself. What? She's saying that our whole family will not be attending the wedding. Sorry, but have fun by yourself and enjoy your perfect party. You have got to be kidding me. She's not going to marry me? It takes two people to make a wedding happen. Tell her to listen to me. My parents are worried about her too. She just asked if they know that her and our parents are furious with you too. She says she's sure they don't, and that you don't either. Furious? About what? Why would they be mad? What did I do? She saw our texts, remember? Your comments made her mad, then she showed our parents too. Now they're all mad and ready to cut you off from the family. They all saw our texts? Well, no wonder they're mad at me. What have you done? Oh, you are horrible. I knew you did this on purpose. You said that you would cancel the entire wedding because of a family member's face. Do you understand why that would make her and her parents mad? She's also saying it was bad of me to fall for your tricks and tell her I wouldn't come, but it's not my fault. She said this all herself? Yep, she's right next to me, looking angrily at the TV as she sips her coffee. I think she's too angry to type right now. But she's venting just fine. My parents have been complaining that you weren't the person we all thought you were. Listen, I don't have time for this. I need her to get over here and start getting ready already. The ceremony is about to start and I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. You can get as mad as you want at me after the reception. I'll apologize, I promised. Just please get her to come here. Please tell her and her parents to come here, I'm begging you. Just her and our parents? Even though I'm the one you're talking to? If I manage to convince them to go, can I come too? I told them I couldn't go, but I think they would understand if I wanted to go today. Yes, you can, it doesn't matter. I just need her here or else there won't be a wedding at all. As long as the wedding goes well, anything is fine. Please come. Answer the phone, you hideous man. Stop ignoring me. This is getting ridiculous. This is all your fault. You ruined your own sister and her husband's wedding all because you were selfish. Take some responsibility already. I think it's your own fault that it's ruined, actually. Take some time to reflect on it and you might get it. There you are. You finally decided to respond, huh? I've called you 10 times now. Don't you have a heart? Yeah, I've got a ton of missed calls backed up because of you. It was pretty surprising to see the notifications filling my screen when I opened my phone. You said you would convince the family to come. Well, where are they? It's been hours and they're still not here. I am racked with anxiety right now. I bet you didn't even bother trying to convince them. You just wanted to make a fool of me and laugh it up, didn't you? I did what I could to try and convince them to go. I think you can see what the results are. I told them you didn't mean to say those things about me, and that you aren't a bad person just because you got on your high horse and made a mistake. I wasn't on any high horse or anything. I just said what I had to. It was for her sake as much as mine. She said she feels bad about canceling the wedding since it means she wasted money on it. You guys were gonna get ready to move in together too. Literally all that would have been left would be to take your registration to court. But she just can't look past you calling me ugly. Is that all this is about? Oh, grow up. What, did your mom get all upset and whine that her special little boy's not ugly? They say some people have a face only a mother could love, but I'd be surprised even if your mom could love that face. I actually did manage to convince my parents to go to the wedding. Tracy was the problem. She made a big fuss about not doing the wedding no matter what. That's why we're not there. There can't be a wedding if the bride doesn't want to go. She said that? You called me a bunch of times, but why didn't you call her first? Wouldn't it have made more sense? You guys should really talk this out. I did, but she kept rejecting my calls, and then I couldn't call her anymore, so I think she blocked me. Your parents did too. You're the only one I can contact now. You could have called our landline. We only use it for business nowadays, so they probably would have answered it thinking you were a customer. By the way, a weird question, but have you ever taken a look at our family photo album? We're kids there. Yeah, why? She showed me a photo of you four. She and her parents were there, but you weren't. There was a different boy there. I figured it was a family friend or cousin or something. That was me. My face was different, wasn't it? Did she tell you why when she showed you that photo? What? That's you? When I asked her where you were, she just said something about being really sorry to you. I figured she was sorry about leaving you out of the photo or something, but that was actually you? You look so different. And what is it that she's sorry about in that case? Look at that. She's still apologetic over it. She complimented you a lot. She always talks about how smart you are, but she mentions being sorry to you a lot. That she does. Probably because I saved her from an accident when we were kids. Saved her from what accident? She never told me anything like that. I'm not surprised. I always tell her to forget about it. But I think you should know. Our parents took us out camping once. Tracy was playing around in the mud and running all over the place. She knocked over the pot of hot water and charcoal we were boiling. I pushed her out of the way. The water and coals ended up hitting me instead. It scarred my face forever. Tracy blames herself for it. She apologized tons of times over it. So the person in that photo is you? He did look like her. It makes sense that you and her are siblings if that's what you looked like. So that was your real face? This current face is still my real face. It's just how it turned out. I still have scars on my face and body. It was a pretty bad accident. I got several skin grafts done. The surgeons managed to make my face look human again eventually. Apparently not a pretty one though, at least not enough for you. It's unnatural and ugly looking in your eyes, by your words. I didn't know that happened to you. I'm sorry. She never told me that something had happened to you. I never would have said those things if I had known. So you knew all along that you've been saying horrible things to me. I thought you didn't realize you were coming across like that. I would have preferred you softened the blows a little bit if you knew, but I guess that's just how you are. I wonder why she didn't tell you about what happened to me. Maybe she trusted you to not be mean about my face, or maybe she was just testing you. Are you saying that she was trying to see what my reaction to your face would be? She knows that I speak my mind. She should have known not to do this to me. We never should have met. She set me up, tricked me, trapped me into this. I think she gave you hints beforehand, though. She said she was apologetic to me. She showed you the photo. She's got a few burns on her too. Haven't you seen them? How was I supposed to put it all together with completely random things like those? You are gonna regret doing this to me. Wait, do you think she's still gonna marry you? Even after she got so mad that she ditched the wedding and badmouthed you to our parents? That doesn't mean she hates me. We've dated for 4 years now. That has to mean something. She said she's gonna pay for the venue's cancellation fee, and that should be the end of your contact with each other. You're never gonna meet her ever again. She said you've shown your true colors. Can you really say that she doesn't hate you after all of that? How could she, after all that we've been through together? This is ridiculous. Let me speak to her. What about all those years that we've spent together? I've spent so much money on her and bought her so many gifts. She needs to pay me back. Doesn't the same go for her? She's wasted a lot of time on you. Don't you need to give her back all that time? I did what I could to talk her down, but as you can tell, it didn't work. She's not budging. She asked me to take care of everything else that deals with you since she doesn't want to talk to you anymore. So I'll be your middleman in the meantime. In the meantime? For what? First things first. She said she's keeping the engagement ring. Then you'll be terminating your marriage registration. I'll be standing in for her if you force her to take it to court too. Is that how much she doesn't want to see my face? Does she really hate me that much? This is what I get after dating her for 4 years? You have really outdone yourself with this one, Connie. Well done. You really turned her against me. It's not my fault you said what you did. She values her family, what can I say? That's how our family works. This should prove that you can't just say whatever you want and expect things to still turn out your way. I suggest fixing your bad habits before your next relationship. Okay, I see how it is. So she's keeping the ring, huh? I don't know if she can do that. If she's breaking the wedding off, shouldn't she give it back? She said you can take her to court if you want, but in this state, the engagement ring isn't a conditional gift. She said you don't really have any right to take it back. But if you want to take her to court over it, that's fine too. I think you already know this, but our family isn't exactly hurting for money. Why does she even want it if she doesn't even want to get married anymore? She's gonna sell it. She's gonna sell it? Why? No reason. I think she just wants to be petty. She said you're free to buy it if you want to. Although I doubt you want to. I don't imagine you're all that sentimental about losing her. If you cared about her at all, you wouldn't have been so awful to her family. You don't have to come after me like this. I did care about her a lot. Oh, so you do want the ring. You'll have to pay the price you paid for it originally, in full again though. You're sure about this? Didn't you quit your job after you proposed? Can you even afford it? I think it goes without saying, but you aren't working at our family's company after this. I have some savings. That'll be fine. I'm just worried about what my parents will say after they find out that I'm not getting married anymore. They might call me stupid again. Aren't your parents already mad at you? They scolded me for putting a member of her family down. They said I didn't know what I was doing. And you're right. I might not be able to pay the ring since I don't have an income right now. I think my parents spoke to yours earlier. My mom slapped me. Serves you right. Sorry, but the slap, the money, and the scoldings are all your own fault. Don't expect any sympathy from me or anyone else. If you wanted to say things about my face, you should have at least done so after the wedding, so it would be harder for Tracy to consider a divorce. You don't really seem to be the type to think that far ahead, though. You've probably learned your lesson, though. No picking fights before a wedding. Oh, you don't have to be so mean about it. So are you really gonna buy back the ring? I will. I'm gonna show you and her that I don't need you guys or the job with your dad's company. That'll be fine. Well, that's good. Keep the ring as a keepsake. You should forget about Tracy as soon as possible. From my perspective, that'd be the best for both of you. She said a lot about wanting a new boyfriend too. Already? Whoops, sorry, slipped out. She promised she'd date a guy who won't react to my face. Sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Listen, I admit that I went too far. You don't need to rub it in. Yeah, at least you didn't say it to my face the first time we met in person. Though you did end up saying I'll stop my own wedding if someone ugly comes, which kind of ruins everything else. On the bright side, the wedding got stopped even without me coming to it. I admit to my faults, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for calling you so many times too. Yeah, that's probably for the best. You seem to still have some things left to say to Tracy, but she doesn't. She said she'll never speak to you again. So I'm sorry, but don't even bother, okay? Okay. I hope she'll be happy when she gets a new boyfriend. Although I think it's going a little too far in saying that she'll never talk to me again. Well, you can try if you want to, but don't expect me to sympathize with you. I don't want to talk to you either. I'm just gonna be the middleman since Tracy asked me to be. You're really being mean right now. I get it already. Okay then, I'll end this with the things you said to me and stop here for today. If you really want to get married, I suggest finding a marriage consultant. It might be hard since you're jobless. Believe it or not, there are people out there with pretty weird tastes that are into jobless people like you. I'm sorry. About what? What's wrong? I'm sorry for everything, really. Tracy and my family were happy to eat the costs of the cancelled wedding, but it turns out that Nate's family were horrified by what happened too. So they insisted on paying for half of it. They were way more mad than I expected them to be. Me and Tracy were just gonna leave things quietly, but his parents weren't feeling as generous. They asked for screenshots of everything he said to me and forwarded them to all of the wedding guests. So everyone could understand exactly what had happened and why the wedding was called off. After that, he was too ashamed to ask for his old job back, so last I heard, he was still job hunting and living on job seeker's allowance. His parents refused to let him move back in with them too, so he's living in a tiny studio apartment right now. Tracy said she's actually happy being single for now, and she'll just wait for the right man to come along. And she said she's gonna make sure the next guy she dates isn't as vain as Nate was before getting to the engagement stage. As for me, I've actually managed to meet someone, even with a face like mine. Me and this girl are taking things slow, but we really like each other and I'm pretty optimistic about the future. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.